Hey everybody, this is Russ with another informational segment on the mortgage process. Now there are a number of important steps involved in making the dream of homeownership a reality, and one of them is completing your mortgage loan application. Your mortgage loan application includes several sections that capture information about you, your finances, the details of your potential mortgage. It's lengthy and at first glance it seems a little bit complicated, but thanks to Freddie Mac, they came up with this guide called Your Step-by-Step Mortgage Guide, which can be downloaded at www.hud.gov. I am creating a video with the content of this guide to save you from having to read through the whole guide. Now, in my video, you'll learn about the reasons for each part of the form and why you're being asked to provide the requested information. Your loan officer will also help you to fill out this form. Now, if you'd like to download the guide on my website, I'll have it available, prospectrhf.com. While you're there, please click the like button for my Facebook page so you can stay tuned to all future posts. Thanks.
Section 1. Type of mortgage and term of loan. The information in this section should match the type of mortgage and mortgage loan terms that you discussed with your loan officer. For purchases where you haven't selected a property yet, you can specify the maximum amount you wish to borrow. Section 2. Property information and purpose of loan. If you already selected a house, in this section you will need to provide information about the property, including the address, the year it was built, whether you want to purchase or refinance, as well as other details about the purpose of the mortgage loan you seek. Section 3. Borrower information. This is personal information required of you and any co-borrower involved, including social security number, date of birth, marital status, and contact information. If you lived at your current address less than 2 years, be prepared to furnish former addresses for up to 7 years. With this identifying information, your lender will be able to obtain your credit report, which is a key factor in helping your loan officer assess your current financial situation. Section 4. Employment information, and Section 5. Monthly income and combined housing expense. In these sections, you need to provide a history of your employment, your monthly income, and your monthly expenses, along with recent paycheck stubs and federal W-2 income tax forms for the last 2 years. With this information, your loan officer can determine your ability to make regular payments on the mortgage and your capacity to afford the cost associated with owning a home. If you have not worked at your current job for at least 2 years, or if you have multiple jobs, you will need to provide information on all jobs going back until you have a 2-year history. Your loan officer will have you sign a verification of employment form, VOE, which will be sent to your employer to verify your employment and earnings. A VOE form will also be sent to previous employers if you have been on the job less than 2 years. Use your gross income for the monthly income column in Section 5. Your gross income is how much money you make before taxes or deductions. This includes most recent sources of income. The information you provide will later be verified by a credit report ordered by your lender. Differences between your figures and those on the credit report will raise questions and may delay the decision on your mortgage loan, so it's important that you are as accurate as possible when filling out this section. Section 6. Assets and liabilities. This section indicates your current financial position, which is how much you own, assets, versus how much you owe, liabilities. The difference between the two is your net worth. If you have bank accounts, savings, retirement funds, investments, cars or trucks, even cash that you keep at home, they can be considered assets that support your application. You'll need to provide copies of all of your account statements for at least 2 months. For the liabilities section, you will be asked to itemize all of your current bills, loans, and other debts, including current balances and monthly payments. Debts include automobile loans, credit cards, finance company loans, bank and credit union loans, and existing mortgages, including home equity loans. The assets and liabilities information you provide to your loan officer on the loan application will later be verified by a credit report. Section 7. Details of the transaction. This section gives all the important details of the mortgage loan, presented as estimates, including the purchase price of your home, closing costs, and the total cost of your mortgage loan, including your principal, interest, and fees. Your loan officer will complete this area of the application. Make sure that it agrees with your understanding of the transaction and look closely at the estimated closing cost. Section 8. Declarations. In this section, you will be asked to answer questions about any pending legal problems or other factors, past or present, that may influence your financial situation. For example, have you ever declared bankruptcy? This information, in combination with your credit report, will help your lender assess your ability to pay the mortgage. In addition, you will be asked to affirm if you are a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident alien. If you are not a U.S. citizen but can provide documentation to establish a legal presence in the U.S., you can still obtain a mortgage. Section 9. Acknowledgement and Agreement. Your signature is your word of honor. In this section, you sign your name, saying that the information you are providing is accurate and true to the best of your knowledge. Section 10. Information for government monitoring purposes. In this section of your application, you will need to provide such information as your ethnic origin and your race. That's because the U.S. government wants to be sure our housing finance system meets the needs of every racial and ethnic group in the country. This is one way they gather the statistics they need to ensure the system works fairly for everyone.